you come to me, I like to impress you. Hey, I can make your points very high. You get it, you know. Just to be accurate is not a skill that they want to use at the first meeting. You know, they want to impress you. They want to give you some hope and dream, and they can, you know, get you something. It's very possible they may have miscalculated you just to impress you. That's one thing. The second part of the question is how can we improve the score? The score improvement is obvious. I mean, either you increase your education or you increase your English language score. You may have already matched out your work experience, so there's not much margin here. People who are not married, they must get married, get the wife or husband who has similar points, and that way. The biggest factor by which the points can be increased is by getting a job offer, and that's all it is. May I ask what profession are you in? Mechanical engineer. Okay, well, what I can do is I can take a look at your profile and see, you know, if possible we can match up with some job offers we have in different places and help you match up with employers. You know, I cannot guarantee you can get you jobs, but we can match up with some employers. It's very possible maybe something likes you and they can offer you a job and then you can go from there. So basically in this industry, everybody is hunting for jobs, right? More or less. Everybody is desperate, like, you know, I'm thirsty for work, right? Like I want the job. You're thirsty for a job. And jobs is the greatest, you know, thing that can happen. We work with employers. We look at the opportunities and jobs that we have in the market, and our consultants have access to those job openings. And I can submit your resume. You can submit your resume and see if it clicks. If they like you, I cannot control whether they like you or not. If they do, they will contact you and something can happen. If you get the job, you can apply for work permit directly. That gives you not only 600 points, but also gives you work permit right away to get to work in Canada and go and work permit. Meanwhile, you're awaiting your express entry. You can ask me any question about how to apply for citizenship or PR card. Many people must be thinking, if I get the PR card, how long do I have to stay in Canada? Do I keep the job here, come back to Dubai, and keep the PR card? Everybody will see this question. Or what if I am not married, I marry after the express entry, then what happens? You can ask me any question possible. Yes?
I just want to ask if I can.
Okay, take the microphone.
Actually, Ms. Orlando, I'm a senior citizen right now, and I'm taking a course as a caregiving course. Okay.
As you say, caregiving?
Yes.
Caregiving.
Okay. So, in every categories or every profession that you're going to apply in Canada, is there a certain or direct requirements in each or it's in different process in every
the process is the same, no matter what occupation you choose. The process of being filtered and qualifying and entering to the next stage of express entry is more or less the same. If you are a caregiver, now caregiver may have its own requirements to how to be classified as a caregiver. Caregiver is a very niche occupation. Caregiver is a very niche occupation. In Canada, there are many caregivers from Philippines especially. They are working in houses, taking care of children and maybe medically required adults, they need supervision and stuff. So it has a requirement that who can become a caregiver. For caregiver, you need to have done a course in caregiving, just like cross-culturally, and maybe some experience also at the same time. And with some English language, then you can call yourself caregiver to qualify for caregiving in that occupation as express entry. So there are requirements for caregiver, and I can give you those requirements by printing the paper and show you this is the requirement of caregiver. But that does not mean it only means that you qualify under the right occupation in express entry. That's all. In fact, all the way, think of this. I'll give you one practical example. Let us say that I'm a nurse, all right? I have a PhD honors in nursing, and I think some consultant may have told me that I can apply as a caregiver, and then I indicate my occupation as a caregiver in the express entry, then the application will be rejected, because even though nurses can do caregiving, but nursing is the right occupation for me, not caregiving. All right, so it's very important and sensitive to choose the right occupation, match with your education and experience, so that you don't face rejections eventually.
Excuse me,
Yes.
question. eventually, if you're going to be qualified as of now, what is the time frame of processing your work permit or your entry visa for Canada?
I'm sorry,
The time frame, actually.
The time frame.
The processing time.
The express entry time frame is very clear. They will hold your profile for 12 months. If you get an ITA, then they are promising that within 6 months they will give you the PR, if you get the ITA. So it's one of the fast and aggressive programs, provided you can get the ITA. If it's not done in 12 months, then you have to refresh it and start all over again. But if you get the work permit offer from somebody, work permit will take a few weeks, maybe months or something. It's very quick. Yes, please. Hang on, guys, I'll go back to you. Guys, how is that?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Musa. Actually, I just wanted to ask, as earlier you said, we need to show your experience, work experience. So, if we do have that work experience of our home country, still we are eligible to apply from UAE or not?
That's a good question. Canada does not discriminate, please. Canada does not discriminate in any country from whether experience from this country is more valuable than others. It does not matter. You can get your experience from a small island or from the biggest country. Experience is experience. As long as you have the valid experience certificates, if you have your pay stubs, pay slip to show that you were working here, letters of references from your boss, supervisor, experience will be accepted. It does not matter where you're applying from, where it really has no value.